Yo, what is up, guys? My name is Monkey. Today I'm going to show you guys the best Royal Giant deck ever. This is literally the best Royal Giant deck that you can possibly have. Now, this deck might give you a little trouble. That's because you got to get used to this deck. So if I were you guys, I would do a lot of friendly battles and get used to this deck as much as you can. And once you guys are used to this deck, then you guys can start battling on the arena you are on. But anyways, here is the Royal Giant deck. Now, obviously, if you guys don't have these legendaries, you can replace them whatever you like. But you should be able to fit in some legendaries. If not, then you just replace them whatever you think would be good. But obviously, we got the Royal Giant and we got the Elite Barbarians, those two good tank cards. And we got the Lumberjack, and we got the Log, obviously, for like the Skeleton Army and other things like that. We got the Zap to get the Skeleton Army, and I use it a lot on the Inferno Tower, which you guys will see a couple replays here in a second. The reason why I use it on the Inferno Tower is because it gives the Royal Giant a little chance to stay alive, because that Inferno Tower will kill him if I don't help out. So that's another thing. I also do try to use the Goblin Game with the Royal Giant to take down that Inferno Tower, because I know a lot of people use that Inferno Tower just to take down the Royal Giant, which I don't blame them. He is a hard card to counter. But anyways, guys, let's get into the first replay. So here is the first replay. We are versing Destroyer. I don't know how you say that. But anyways, so I start off with the Royal Giant, the Log, the Zap, and the Mega Minion. So obviously I'm going to start off with the Royal Giant. Now I have to see what he's going to place down, so I give my Royal Giant a couple hits. So he places down the Electro Wizard, so I take my Elite Barbarians just so he can kill that Electro Wizard, because that Electro Wizard does so much damage if I don't counter him. Now obviously I'm going to get like one hit with the Elite Barbarians, but that's okay. Then I'm going to place down my Mega Minion to take down his Mega Minion. So I'm not really trying to let him take any damage off of my base at all. Now I'm going to see what he's going to do to counter that, and obviously he just had the, forgot the card's name. I'll look at the card, the Bandit. No, wait, yeah, it's the Bandit. I had to think for a second. So I don't know if he had the Log, but he did, obviously, but at least I got a couple hits, so he's barely taking any damage. It's already been 1 minute and I've done so much damage, and he barely did any damage to my tower. So I got the Royal Giant back in hand, so I place it down. Now this time he places down the minions, so I go ahead and zap that just so he can get a little more hits and get me the first base, which he did. He stayed alive long enough to. Now he had the Golem, which is a hard card to counter a lot of times. Now I had the Elite Barbarian, so I place him in the back so they can get a little more time, and that way I can see what other cards he's going to place down. Now he did place down the Mega Minion and the Archers and the Electro Wizard, so big tack right there. I go ahead and place the Goblin Game right in the back to take down some of the things, and he obviously logged it all. So I logged all his stuff, didn't do too much damage, and then I go ahead and zap, and that did a little more damage, and got rid of Electro Wizard and the Archers, but didn't get rid of the Bandit, sadly. Now he places another Elixir Pumper, which is wow, and I'm about to take down his second base, and he had nothing to really counter that. He just placed down the Golem. I placed down the Lumberjack and the Mega Minion and the Goblin Game. Big push right there. And he just goes ahead and log again. And my Royal Giant is doing massive damage. And it's about the time over. So I placed down my Royal Giants and the log to get my and I had a Fireball, sadly, because I couldn't counter all that in time. But at least I did with the Fireball. Now I'm going to place down my Royal Giant just so I can get the second base. I don't really care too much about the Golem now because time's going to end, but I did place down the Mega Minion just to get a little more damage on him. Now I placed down the Goblin Game to take down that Electro Wizard, and I got a win victory with 2 crowns, and he got 0 crowns. So that was a pretty good game, but let's go ahead and go on to the next replay. Next replay is against Steak. Okay, that's a weird name. Like, I'm gonna say this once, I don't really pay attention to people's names. It's not me. I don't care too much about their names. I just care about winning and getting those trophies. So he places down the Hog Rider. I place down the Elite Barbarians and the Mega Minion, so the Hog Rider doesn't get too much damage on my base. And he had the Knight and the Masseteer doing so much damage, but the Knight is gone, but the Masseteer isn't. Sadly. And this guy does have the Inferno Tower. Sadly, not a thing that I like. And he places down the Lecture Wizard. So I go ahead and fireball that so they don't do too much damage to my base. Probably a bad idea to do that, but anyways, let's see what he's going to place down next, which looks like it's going to be the Hog Rider. Yep. And then I place down the Goblin, and obviously he logs that, which I don't know why he waited a couple minutes, but he shouldn't have. And then he had the Inferno Tower, so I go ahead and zap that so my Royal Giant doesn't get too much damage on, and so that way the Royal Giant can defeat the Inferno Tower, but obviously he couldn't because the Knight came in, and I did that too early. So sadly, I'm not doing that too much damage, and somebody was voting for me. One of my clan members was online, and then he stopped watching. But anyways, I go ahead and place down the Elite Barbarian to take down that Masseteer, but obviously kind of failed to. And then the Hog Rider came in, but at least I got the Masseteer in time, and now I'm getting some hard hits on his tower. I am doing more damage than he is now, because he couldn't counter the Elite Barbarian, sadly. He didn't have any cards in hand to defend it. So I go back to the Royal Giant, and I placed down the Lumberjack, and I knew he was going to place down the Vertalon, so I go ahead and zap that, but the Lumberjack was already target, so that was the good news, and the Royal Giant got to get a little more hits. So I went to go ahead and fireball, and I got the first base right off the bat. Now it's all about defending right now. I don't want him to get any of my bases, so I just did my best to defend so the timer can run out. And yeah. So that's basically the trick, guys, is once you get a base, I would defend like crazy, or if you can, try to get another base, or you can get a 3-crown. But I would defend like crazy when the time's about to run out. But if you couldn't, then like I couldn't, try to get to the other base. So that's what I'm doing right now, going after his other base. And I put down the Goblin Gang to take down that Inferno Tower, but he had the Electric Wizard. Now I don't know what happened there, but the Royal Giant got distracted really fast, just like that, after he was on the tower. So that was a little weird. I don't know how that happened, but I think the Electric Wizard just made him turn directions or something. But he obviously places down the Hog Rider again, and he is trying to defend his base as best as he could, and he's having a hard time doing that. So I go ahead and fireball that to make the Inferno Tower disappear, or do some massive damage on it, and the base. So I'm getting close to getting the base, and it's almost done. The timer's almost done. It's 19 minutes left. So, holy cow. So I do another fireball. I don't know if that was going to give me the base. Nope. And then I go ahead and log, and then that gives me the base. So there is my 2-crown again. And this guy had a 1-crown. So let's go in and get into the next play, brother. So the next replay we got versus, I don't know how you say that, Muto Yashir or whatever, how you say that. I'm really bad with names. People name themselves really weird and it's hard to pronounce sometimes, but I don't blame them. So I didn't have anything really to counter that Hog Rider and the minions, but we both get each other's bases, but I got mine first, and he's about to get his. I'm pretty sure he is going to get his because I have nothing to really, counter that in time. So he's going to get his base pretty quick. But I'm trying to defend as best as I could so he doesn't touch my base. But he does have the miner, so I'm pretty sure, yep, I knew it. So he's going to get his first base pretty quick because I have nothing really. And I don't know what he's going to use next. But yeah, he's definitely going to get his base pretty quick soon, just as a matter of time. So I'm going to go ahead and try to go for a 3 crown, but obviously, see again, why did my Royal Giant change directions? That's weird. Wow, Electro Wizard took out my Goblin Game, sadly. But I use the Goblin Game a lot just to help me with the Infernal Tower so that the Royal Giant doesn't do too much damage, you know. Or get too much damage. Yeah. So he's going to use the Miner again pretty soon, or the Hog Rider. He's trying to decide. So he got to places the Miner, and the Miner's going to get the first base for him. And he places the Royal Giant, or the Elite Barbarian, sorry, to attack my Elite Barbarians. Because he knows I'm trying to go through for a 3 crown, but I'm having a hard time. So I got the Royal Giant in hand again. So I place it down, and he's going to place down his Infernal Tower. Now I go ahead and log the Infernal Tower and the Crown Tower, but just so I can do some damage to the Infernal Tower and the Crown Tower. Now he places the Hog Rider and the Electro Wizard, and I got to counter that both, and he places down the Elite Barbarians to kill my Elite Barbarians and my Lumberjack with the minions. So I got ahead and fireball that, and that was a bad idea. I shouldn't have done that, so it was a pretty dumb idea. Now I wish the Goblin Game was going to go after the Miner, but they didn't. So I go ahead and decide to go for the second tower, because the time's going to run out and it's going to be overtime, but he's making it hard for me, sadly. And then I placed on the Goblin Game one more time to take down the Hog Rider. Now this is a pretty good push, but not really. But he's not really defending against that. And the Lumberjack made all the Elite Barbarians raged, and they died by the Elite Barbarians and Electro Wizard. So I placed down my Goblin Game again to take down his Elite Barbarians. Then I placed down the Royal Giant, and he places down the stupid Inferno Tower again. So I went to log that and zap that. Now the Royal Giant's doing massive damage to his base, and he's doing massive damage to my base, but I did place down the Mega Minion, and I'm just about to get his base, and I fireballed and I got his base. So that was a pretty good match. That was a close game. I almost lost, but yeah, let's get into the last replay. Now, I'm doing this last replay because I really enjoy this deck, guys, and I really hope you guys do too. And like I said, I'm gonna I didn't say this, but I'm gonna leave the deck on the side, so if you guys want to copy it, you guys can. Now, like I said, you guys don't have to use this, but this is the deck that I use to push myself to Arena 10, and it's helped me get to the Legendary Arena, surprisingly. But anyways, let's get into the last sweep. So the last person we are versing is Mafia, however you say that. So he places the Goblin Game in the back. I don't know why he did that, but anyways, I did the Elite Barbarians and the log just in case he was going to place that on the Skeleton Army if he had one, but I didn't know he did, because, you know. But anyways, he didn't have the Skeleton Army, so that's good. He did have the Goblin Game, but he didn't place it down. He just placed it down in the back, which was a bad idea in my opinion, but, you know. But it hasn't even been 1 minute yet, and I already done so much damage. So he did place down the Minion Horde, and I fireballed that, and he's giving me a well played. So right now he has the Rage, Elite Barbarians, and the Goblin Game and Fireball. I have the Royal Giant, the Lumberjack, Elite Barbarians, and Log. So I'm going to go ahead and get ready for my push, but I'm going to fill up on some elixir first. Now he places the Elite Barbarians in the back, so I had to counter that. So I placed down the Lumberjack and the Elite Barbarians. I placed down the Lumberjack so he can get rid of the not the Princess, but the Massateer, but he failed to because the Elite Barbarians killed him. But that was a pretty good push. Now I'm gonna go ahead and log the Libra Burn or Goblin Gang. Gosh, I'm so bad at naming cards. So I placed on the Goblin Gang. Now he obviously did a zap. Now I'm already doing so much damage to both of his towers, and he's barely doing any damage to my towers. So now I'm just filling up on elixir and waiting for my Royal Giant, and I'm just gonna get ready and I do the push. Now he had the minion horde, sadly, and I was waiting for my fireball, and so now I fireball the minion horde. I could have fireballed the tower, but you know, I don't want to do too much damage. Now I placed the Libra Brands, counter his Libra Brands, and I logged them, and the Musketeer. And then I put the Goblin Gang down to take that Musketeer out, and he puts down his Goblin Gang. And then I did a zap, and I put down the Mega Minion to take down the Hog Rider, and then I fireball again to take the Minion Horde out. So I'm like literally defending like crazy, and he is literally just placing cards like crazy, and I'm not getting a chance to get the other base. So he goes ahead and fireball, and that took down my base. Now I placed down the Royal Giant again. Now he doesn't have anything to counter that, and then I placed on Goblin Gang, and then I log all that, and I got my one base, and he didn't take any bases of mine. So that was the last replay, guys. Hope you guys enjoy this video. Again, really hope you guys copy this deck. It's a really good deck. Now if you guys are still having trouble with this deck, I can help you if you guys want, but leave a comment down below if you guys are having trouble with this deck. It's a pretty good deck, but like I said, guys, just do a whole bunch of friendly battles to get used to it. And once you guys get used to it from doing friendly battles, then you guys can use it in a real battle against other people, and hopefully it can get you back up and up arena, stuff like that. But anyways, guys, thank you guys so much for watching this video. And like I said, it did help me get up to arena 10. And look at this, my highest trophies is the trophies I have right now, so it's 34, 30. So like I said, guys, every time I battle, I get higher and higher. Those are my new high trophies and stuff like that. It happens like almost every day. It's so funny. But anyways, guys, hope you guys enjoy this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.